I'm cooking a bit of dinner with me and a pal. But in the middle of doing that dinner, I'm gonna give you a story and a bit of information that you've probably more than likely never heard conveyed to you in this way. And it's about sorcery. Sorcery is technology. So when you hear sorcery in the Bible, you're talking about technology, you're talking about mixing of flour, you're talking about pharmakeia, all of these stuff, right? Philip went to the city of Samaria and preached there about Christ. The people there heard Philip and saw the miracles he was doing. They all listened carefully to the things he said. Many of these people had evil spirits in them, but Philip made the evil spirits leave them. The spirits made a loud noise when they came out, and were also many weak and crippled people there. Philip healed them too. So the people in that city were very happy. Right, so basically Samaria was a big place, it's an empire. But what I'm going to tell you is going to probably make the Sumerian Empire the biggest empire to exist. Because when you say Samaria, you mean Maya. The Maya are the Sumerians. There's no two ways about it. Everybody that knows anything about South American history knows that the Maya are the Sumerians and the Sumerians are the Maya, one and the same. Now here's the bit you have to pay attention to. There was a guy that ruled the Sumerians for a very long time. For a long time. So in the Bible, a long time is not like 50, 60 years. A long time is probably a couple of hundred years or even thousands. So this is not the New Testament. This is not the KJV. This is one of these new revised jobs. International Children's Bible. So what I said, so basically what it says here, but there was a man named Simeon there in that city before Philip came. Now he's the one that ruled us. Simeon is the king. He's like the Simeon had practiced sorcery, magic. Now what sort of magic? Now what do we know about the Maya and the Sumerians? Well, we know this much, yeah. The Maya were flying along using this technology that we don't have today, this sorcery that we don't have today, building pyramids in places like Teotihuacan and all that. Now there's a very important message in here, now listen to it. They abandoned all the cities and there's loads of them in the jungle and they're everywhere. The Mayans no longer became the Mayans, they became God's people. So I was baffled years ago when I used to watch one Cortez and all invading South America, how they found it so easy to get conscripts to fight other Indians. And it turned out that they probably already heard the message. But they weren't going to tell the people in Europe that there was a lot of people there who already believed in the one true God. And that all of the heathen there weren't, all the people there with all the gold weren't savages. No, they couldn't tell them that because then they wouldn't have been able to slaughter them. But they were getting slaughtered either ways because of their evil gods. So basically you had people who were already of the faith. In South America, the Mormons talk about it, there's loads of stories about it, it's being covered up. Because in slaughtering the Maya and all, they slaughtered some of the people who were, or in slaughtering the people who turned away from the Maya. See, the Maya used to worship this guy in a spaceshipy thing. He'd got a technology, he's using sorcery, he was their god. His name was Simeon. You can see him in pictures flying around in his little spaceship and all, carved into the rocks. So the Maya turned around and realised the truth, and everyone turned away from, and all the cities were abandoned. Sumerian pyramid building stopped. Maya pyramid building stopped for a while. Then it started up again. This is the bad part. This is the bit you have to watch for. Now they learned the truth, and then they moved away, and then people forgot that they learned the truth, and they moved straight back into them cities and start using those pyramids for human sacrifice and all. Those pyramids are a despicable, disgusting blight on humanity, and it's pure gross negligence by the international community and the Commonwealth in particular to leave those pyramids up in light of what actually happened. And what actually did happen is those people turned away from human sacrifice for centuries. And then another people called the Inca, or not the Inca, the Aztecs, the Maya and the Inca are similar people. They were all part of some fake religion. So they banned it everywhere, and Teotihuacan, the Aztecs went there and started doing the sacrifices again because they found the pyramids there. So when them pyramids are removed once and for all, so many generations down the line, we will never have to worry about. It's worse than any environmental disaster what we're suffering today. Is for people to be left evil objects like pyramids to relearn an ancient despicable art of human sacrifice, and to have the instruments to work with them evil gods again, which are the Mayan pyramids and all the other pyramids that we use for human sacrifice. So it's gross negligence, and it's a criminal offence to leave them there. Because what we're gauging from these passages here in this Bible here, but there was a man, is that people learn the truth and then their ancestors forget it, and then you turn back to sacrificing people. Now, in a few generations, if we forget, because we only learned all this in the last 100 years or 200 years, and if we forget in another 200 years, people might start using them again because they'll get possessed by the same evil spirits that they were worshipping in the first place before they turned away, and all of the Mayan Empire abandoned the pyramid cities. But there was a man there named Simeon in that city before Philip came there. He practiced magic and sorcery. Now when the King James Version Bible, it says a long time. This is a kid's Bible, but he was there a very long time, so that's hundreds of years. So he was their God. Now another question I have when I read that, when he converted, now listen, this is a good one. This might have some truth and this is a good one. When he converted, he had all these spaceships and all of that stuff. And he was using sorcery to keep himself alive for a very long time. That's well documented throughout history. Is he still alive? And do we now, in our possession, as members of the faith, have his technology? Has he shared that technology? Or did he stop using sorcery to stay alive for a long time and die? And did what happened to